Hey tech professionals, welcome back to another live broadcast on my top Amazon leadership principle to help you get job offers from your companies of choice. In today's broadcast, I'll be walking you through on how to create strong storytelling to answer interview questions around earn trust of others. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Holly. I'm a former recruiting leader from Amazon, Facebook, and startup. I'm the founder of the Career Accelerator Masterclass, where I help technology leaders who are going through a crossroad in their career to regain their confidence, define their purpose and values to get the right job. If you're unhappy in your workplace, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you won't miss my weekly live broadcast and training. Look at how Amazon defines earned trust. Leaders listen attentively, speak candidly, and treat others respectfully. They are vocally self-critical even when doing so is awkward or embarrassing. Leaders do not believe their or their team's body odor smells or perfume. That's actually kind of funny reading it out loud. Let me help you translate what that all meant for individual contributors and people managers. As an IC, think of an example of how you were able to build a positive rapport with your peers or cross-functional partners. For instance, think of a project where you held on to your commitments and collaborating with others. What did you do that was significant for the end result of this project? Here are some commonly asked interview questions around earned trust for an IC. Describe a time when you significantly contributed to improving morale and productivity on your team. What were the underlying problems and their causes? What did you prevent them from negatively impacting the team in the future? The second question is, give an example of a time where you were not able to meet a commitment to a team member. What was the commitment and what prevented you from meeting it? What was the outcome and what did you learn from it? Defer to my STAR methods video. The link is in the description and up here during the recap. Now, I'm not the creator of STAR. STAR stands for Situation, Task, Action, and Result. I have included a free template to guide you through creating your story with a personal example from my time at Amazon. This example will also meet most, if not all, of the leadership principles. Keep in mind, professionals, the interviewers are not evaluating you for one specific principle. Let me explain. If the interviewers ask you questions relating to earned trust, like the ones we just mentioned, he or she is also listening to see if you're able to think big, dive deep into the details, and do you have the customer in mind as you're answering or making the decision? These are just a few examples. I like to know how you're doing by using the STAR methods. Leave me a comment below. I'm a believer that action speaks louder than words. If you're struggling to come up with a good answer, earning the trust of others doesn't just result in you taking ownership to complete your part of a task or has a positive result. It could also be a time where you have failed or have unintentionally provided false information. The importance of how you earn trust of others has a lot to do with your action. In the workplace, many people make mistakes. It's important to acknowledge what didn't go well and how you were able to communicate with others to bring them up to speed with your game plan to fix it. Okay? We want to work with those who we can trust, especially with things that didn't go well as planned. Let's move on to answering earned trust for professionals in a leadership role. If you have direct reports, then it's essential for you to have your staff's trust so that it would allow you to support them. Yes, that's exactly what I said. Leaders, I'm struggling to hold up my hand just to count the number of good managers I've had in my career. Yet I can easily hold up both hands to count how many bad managers I've had. And earned trust has a lot to do with it. If you can relate, give me a thumbs up. For all of you people managers, go check out my video on why good employees quit. I'll leave the link right here, up here, and also in the description below. All right, here's a bonus tip. It's very common for organizations to go through a reorg or changes that would require your team to change their directions or their focus, and that's okay. That would actually be a perfect time for you, people manager, to demonstrate that you have their back and ask how you can support them. I promise you that your staff would embrace change knowing because they would be comfortable coming to you for any uncertainty. Let's move on to interview questions for leaders. Tell me about a time where you had to communicate a big change in directions which you anticipated people would have a lot of concerns. How did you handle the questions and/or resistance? Were you able to get people comfortable with the change? Second question is, give me an example of a time you requested additional funding budget to complete a project. Why was it needed? Did you try to figure out another approach? Did you get the additional resources? Why or why not? To help you answer behavioral questions, check out my recommended resources in the description. The first one is a link that will direct you to the commonly asked interview questions on Glassdoor. Now, a lot of you have let me know that you can't find interview questions for your position title. Here's a tip for you. You don't need to know the exact questions. You just need to know what makes you stood out in your role and what have you done and how did you add value to the employer. Check out my interview strategies and Amazon Leadership Principle playlists and do the work. Once a week, I receive a message from one of my viewers to let me know that my content helped them pass phone interviewed, or better yet, they received job offer. Go check it out. It's proven to work, okay? The second resource is an article from a GM at Amazon, David Anderson. He did an awesome job where he breaks down the 14 leadership principle and provided his insider tips as a hiring leader to help you get hired. Now, don't think of my tutorial as well as the resources recommended are just for Amazon. The 14 leadership principle is so powerful that you can use it for any employer, literally any role and any company of your choice. Okay? Keep that in mind, professional. I would love to hear what your best interview tips are. So leave me a comment. I would love to hear about it. Okay? Now that you are more familiar with answering interview questions around earning trust of others, I would appreciate it if you could share it with those who are in the same situation as you and can also benefit from my tutorial. If you have enjoyed my video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit that bell notification. What are you waiting for? So you won't miss my new uploads, training, and Q&A. Prior to the coronavirus, specifically in Seattle, I used to come on live once, if not twice a week, usually during lunch hour in Pacific Standard Time. But because of the things that are happening in the world right now without daycare and all the school district is closed, and also being a single mom, I'm not able to jump on live as I wanted to. Okay, so be sure to leave me all your questions right straight from the video so that I know what questions you have from which content. Okay, I love getting messages from you guys directly from my LinkedIn, but the issues with that is I have received so many of them that it's hard for me to respond to everybody in a timely manner. You can only find me on LinkedIn Live right on my profile and on my YouTube channel every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But due to the coronavirus, with daycare being shut down and as a single mom, I won't be able to live stream anytime soon. But you know, when my son takes a nap or if he's in bed like right now, he's actually on the floor right now. Here I am. I really enjoy doing this. It's a really big passion of mine to see people like yourself who have the experience on struggling into getting the job that you want If there's anything that's missing from my content, well, first, check that out first. I have a number of different playlists to help you from creating your resume to putting your LinkedIn profile together, your workplace, how to deal with politics, all the way to Amazon leadership principle and interview strategies. Okay? Leave it in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you and where you're watching from. If you like my content, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share with those who can also benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next week. Bye.